Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. I forgot to push the live button for YouTube. Um, because last night um, I ended up forgetting a few things. But we are live now. Um, so anyway, um, basically, if you're watching on the Trovo side of things, so, uh, but coming out within like probably the next couple of days or so, or 3. Um, there is going to be a game review that's going to come out. Normally I don't do a lot of normal non-live stream content. But this one is most in utmost importance that I will tell you. Um, within our um in our relation with games and stuff is that we have a game that is very much on the vein of an older Final Fantasy that we've played on this channel before, um, called Final Fantasy Dissidia Deluvium. Final Fantasy is now available on mobile phones in certain regions. It's only available for American audiences, and it's only available for uh, Asian audiences. I'm not 100% for sure what other countries have this content available to you. So anyway, but I will have an undivided review on that game. I have been playing it for the last couple of days. I will be playing it probably a little bit later after I get done with today's stream, just to kind of go through and do an undivided review. Um, for it, and to be honest, a lot of people will look at me and say, that game is probably not a game I would recommend. But let me be clear, I will tell you, I have recommended Final Fantasy for many times, and to be honest, one of my all-time favorite games of all time on mobile phone, through the Final Fantasy franchise that has been released specifically for mobile phones, was Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Absolutely one of the greatest Final Fantasy mobile titles to be released. Um, it had microtransactions and things. They just didn't quite keep it going. I just kind of wish that they would have just basically just let us play it for it and not have to just maintain the stuff. For us to be able to play it. But to be honest, this might be the second most mobile Final Fantasy game on my list for it. So, but you guys can see why, in coming into the near future for it, for a lot of things. And to be honest, I don't like when games get delisted and things like that. And to be honest, Record Keeper is one of the games that got delisted And I will tell you, I ended up playing Final Fantasy. This Final Fantasy. I mean, not this Final Fantasy, but I ended up uh, de- disliking Final Fantasy at the time for it. Square Enix for getting rid of Spectre Keeper. Absolutely the best one of the best. But to be honest, for me, a lot of my favorite Final Fantasies pretty much within the top 10 Final Fantasy games. I pretty much am giving Final Fantasy 13. It's not, like I said, most of the Final Fantasy titles were PS1 and PS2 titles, with 13 being in there as well. So basically, I've loved every ounce of these titles. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I dislike Final Fantasy 1 or dislike old Final Fantasies." No, I don't. This is just saying. This is just me saying that I love these older older Final Fantasies too. I'm just saying that just because in my top 5, they're all pertaining to the PS2, PS1, and PS2 Final Fantasies. Because you got 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, pretty much, and then 13's number 6 on that list. I'm not putting it into any particular order, but but a lot of my top Final Fantasy games are also considering. I love Final Fantasy 1, it's absolutely one of my favorite Final Fantasy games as well. So I just love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, if it was in my top 10 game series of all time, or whatever, Final Fantasy is gonna be number one. Um, Before that, I obtained a Whistlewind scarf. Um, Stupid monitor. Um, a Whistlewind scarf allows us to get an ATB rate better. Um, okay, so it charges a single rate before battle. Not something I'm gonna look into. Into because to be honest, we're almost to that roll upgrade there, but we still got some left to work on. And to be honest, like I've loved every ounce of Final Fantasy, every version since basically before 13. I mean before 14 came out. Um, every Final Fantasy has been great. I have there's gripes with a couple of these things and complaining about a couple of these things, but that's part of a review. Glass doesn't really understand that if I complain about something or complain about something in a game, it just means that, you know, I might complain about X in this game or Y about this game, but if it's a small complaint and then I go and tell you what's the good parts about it, guess what? Um, the bad parts about about, you know, if I were to do a review on Fortnite right about now, I would probably put it at the best battle royale at an 8 out of 10 at an 8 out of 10 for just battle royale mode for specifically, but Fortnite's not necessarily a battle royale game. It's a platform like Roblox. And I have to rate Roblox as um, Roblox is one of the worst games because, to be honest, I used to I used to play it, and then I kind of was like, it wasn't not necessarily a game that I like. Um, but a part of that disdain is why I can basically just the game itself. Um, is that a lot of these video games and a lot of these titles that come out in relation to Final Fantasy or relation to other games, but a lot of times necessarily um, these games do not really sit well with me when they literally, like, the thing is, like with Fortnite, it used to be, I would say it used to be a 9 out of 10, then it kind of dropped a little bit because of what they're adding in into it. They've added, like, they're making things more costly. They're dropping, they've dropped that thing, like, okay, so you're dropping the price. I understand the price, dropping that. You shouldn't have dropped the V-Bucks. What you should do is increase the price. Like, increasing the price for these things might make people a little bit less, you get a little bit more on it. Dropping Ballistic for Fortnite right now, dropping Ballistic at the time of recording of this video, or live stream, um, sorry, live stream, it's not a video, um, um, I'm waiting to get the, um, okay, then I'm gonna go back to Medic. Okay. Where a lot of these similar games and similar, not similar games, but a lot of these games out there trying to milk you for your money, like they're like I've kind of am gonna tell you that Final Fortnite, like, adding in sidekicks that cost more money than they should, requiring us to pay more for things, doing things that are unsafe, or that are changing the way the games run and the games that support it. It's like they lost Rocket Racing because not a lot of people. It's like, no, I played Rocket Racing. It's just but prioritize your time into Battle Royale, and the problem is a lot of this, part of it is they shouldn't have fought Epic on. They shouldn't have fought. Epic should have not fought for um basically requiring 30% on games. I'm sorry. That 30% going into the Apple ecosystem. Like, okay, whatever. Um and things like that. Spending money and spending time Like, to be honest, a lot of my top 10 games of all time, there has never been a single game within it that puts the time wasting money live service titles. A lot of live service titles on my top 10 are not there. There's only been one live service title that really does um that is actually really number one, or would be number one in my book, and that's City Skylines um for live service. And to be honest, City Skylines is the only title that absolutely has received high marks as a live service title, as a live service type of deal. But that's because the game is well suited. It's City Skylines 2. Not is number would be number 2 on that list because it's right below City Skylines. Like, those two are live service. The only thing that are live service is Euro Truck and American Truck are also on this list. But Euro Truck and American Truck go around, and actually the reason for it is they've been around for since 2012, 2013. They've been around for quite some time making this game. But it takes time for them to get the game out and get the game going, to supporting a franchise that's out there and being, yes, there's some things that I don't like about the game, but I'm not, like, it's very, very minimal. To be honest, absolutely hardly anything about that, except the only thing is charging us more for it, for getting for getting these things. I'm sorry, no, not really. Um, Not really. They actually playing um the only gripe that there's only one gripe that I have, and it's like, most of it's not because of the egregious way of the game itself. It's just the mod, being able to put mods in. Like, I want to be able to click on the mod to be able to drag that mod into the system and bring that mod down to the bottom, um, or put it into where I need to put it, into to better to do that. They don't have that available. It's a small gripe that I have. Your truck and American Truck, I don't have any gripes with it, to be honest. Um, and they're having saying, oh, there are problems with OpenGL. It's not a problem. They don't have. There's nothing wrong with the game itself. I can play the game, have fun on. Okay. That doesn't bother me. These games. Do we have? Yeah, no, you're. Hope. Um. So I don't have any gripes with that game except for one on it. And City Sky, and the reason why City Sky just gets up there better, because I'm just basically like City Skylines 2, like, they're absolutely one of the best management sim games for it. And I love management sim games. Like, to me, to me, the best types of games that I like to play truly are RPGs, Japanese RPGs, um, and management sims and creative games, pretty much, and Call of Duty. Like, I love Call of Duty, but at the same time, there are some problems that not a lot of these games. Like, if I talk my top 100 games, there would be some that aren't management sims or listed on that thing. To be frank, because or a JRPG, but most of it is going to be related to a lot of Japanese RPGs, a lot of games like that, with the included games of uh, you know some American games that are on that list too, like Mario would be considered on that list. Like not necessarily some platformers. I know Mario's not is a Japanese game, but I'm just saying, um, you know, s- some games um, like that, some platformers, some other games, but most of it is related to a lot of putting Final Fantasy. Literally, it would take up like 20%. Going from Final Fantasy 1 to 13 would pretty much take up a lot of that space. The Sims would probably take up a lot of that space too. And because each one of those games, you know, SimCity, City Skylines, um, a lot of these, Software Inc., Roller Coaster Tycoon, Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, um, Euro Truck, American Truck, would be a lot of those things that would end up taking a lot of space. And it would be easy to come down with the top 100 games of all time. But Final Fantasy, like, easily ranking a lot of. Okay, so do we go? Oops. So yeah, we do go up that way. Um. If they don't have um, I'm gonna still fight them. I don't care. Um, you know, a lot of these titles and a lot of these games do get, you know, you get on that list of just enjoying the these things and putting a lot of attention to detail. Like, not a lot of creative games, a lot of RPGs, Japanese, a lot of Final Fantasy, a lot of these games, like, it's just really interesting to see with it. And 13, to be honest, would still be considered on that list of top 100 best games of all time. Now, of course, there's of course Call of Duty would be on this list, but it would not be. It would just be Call of Duty in general, because I would personally, to particularly That if we just put Call of Duty in its small entirety, there would only be some like the Planet series. I would have to do that separately because um in and on it. I haven't touched Planet Zoot Coaster 2 in a while. I play that on my PlayStation. And I played Planet Coaster on my PC. So I have some. Um, I have picked a lot of these top 100 games just to be frank. A lot of games would are out there, and to be honest, I've never really done a top 100 games of all time.
Just another battle.
And I don't really put a lot of M-rated titles on this list of top 100 because, to be honest, I don't play a lot of M-rated titles. It's not one of those things like if I had to put in some of the games that I will never touch again or never play again, like I used to probably put Grand Theft Auto in that top 100. I don't anymore. I won't. Because what's the point in putting putting a game that, you know, that just kind of irks me the wrong way to play the games. Like I don't play a lot of games. Like if I don't feel like I should be playing that game, I will probably won't play that game. Like I stopped playing Grand Theft Auto because of that reason. Um, and it's not, and it's like you know you get that gut feeling that you probably shouldn't do something. Um, so I don't. It's one of those games that I don't. I don't play. Um, uh, the other game that's similar to it. That's also uh out there, and I can't think of the name. Um, but it was made. Saints Row. That's another game that. Why play that game? I'm not gonna sit there and play a game that just irks me the wrong way. And if Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto start irking me the wrong way, like I have stopped playing those games for that reason. Um, selling credit on it. Um, now let's go to Crysterium Ravager. So Waterara is now available for that. That Okay, actually, let me check that one there. Sentinel has 1 roll level and a few extra to there. I'm gonna go to Sentinel though to clear that. To clear the Sentinel, pretty much is done. And we'll go work on Ravager next. Let's go to the upgrade shop. Where is the Royal Amulet resistance damage, well, physical and magic resistance by 6%. That's a good thing. But I know Brawler's wristband gives us a strength of plus 50. Shaman's Mark. Okay, Black Belt resistance to physical. Is level 4. Segmented Carpus, Barber Tail. Perfect Conductor. Let's run that there. But the Segmented Carpus. Murky Ooze. Black Belt is now going to resist to 20% of that physical damage. Is going to be reduced to physical, but over here, Royal Amulet is level 2. And I'll put that over there. Okay. So we're getting a 20% reduction to physical. Definitely help Light a lot. Doesn't stop physical, but it just protects from physical a lot. But absolutely found that I love this game to most people will say Final Fantasy XIII is probably one of their worst games. It's actually one of the best for me. Um, it's not actually not what it's one. It's my top 6. Um, because we got one down there. Okay. Okay, let's keep an eye watch down here on some of this. It's 300 gil is not a lot. Okay, I'm going back for a reason. Okay, so no, so then we're... Okay, so then we're good then. I don't need to go back. Don't need to worry about where we're headed and what we're doing. Start with bully. Come on, you lightning fang. What does Sentinel do? And then we'll go bully. Just to hope maybe we can get you on slow. Then I'll go with aggression again. But this is definitely not the not the best, one of the best, but I will tell you, After 13, like I've said this before, like I've said this many times in this series, that 13 has pretty much basically died. Final Fantasy has died after 13. And to me, that just seems a logical thing. I haven't played 15 yet. Um, but but I have it. And if I do play 15, um, Christian points. Credit chip out of that. Oh wait, I'm not gonna go and... Yeah, there's no way we're gonna be able to access that one. Bully. Now we'll go back to aggression. Want to make sure that everybody has that uh, protect on them. What I do with these guys. Not going to be a 5-star probably, but we do get an incentive chip. Spark ring. So if we got a spark ring, then we probably... are going to want to throw spark ring in place. Okay. Now, before we go anywhere, we will do this now. Okay, so Sentinel is done. It's Ravager that we... that we need to work on. Yeah, I don't get, like, this would have been a great part to have you be able to switch parties.
Nothing I can't handle.
And this one is going to be easy to clear out. Nice. Nice. Um, oops.
So, Light, how you figure this makes us lucky? Because when we kill it, we're one step closer to Vanille. How's that? Well, when you put it that way...
Okay, so it absorbs lightning for this, which means that Fang is going to be absorbing lightning, which is not good. So anything other than lightning would deliver devastating physical attack susceptible to slow and curse, though. So we will do suscept. We will.
Thank you.
We'll see if anything else is going to happen.
Thanks.
We'll go with medic now.
Keep the enemy off balance. Time for another approach.
But it looks like this thing's gonna be gone in no time. This thing's easy. Return points.
Another one! One big fat stroke of luck after another. I'm so happy I could cry.
Tease us, will ya?
Come down here!
all together now.
There you are.
Miss me?
You, the monster!
Where?
Yeah, this one I'm playing electrical. Let's go with Sentinel so we can get better staggering.
Keep a cool head. Eat this!
Whoops, meant to go with Relentless.
New strategy.
Relentless Assault, thank you. Come on. I'm pretty sure at the close to the end they give you like a full reign of being able to use all your characters, but Blessed Talisman. Nice.
Vanille! Bang! Still got time. Bang! There's something I need to tell you. Making me worry like that. We'll talk later, Missy.
What's wrong?
Huh? Oh, nothing. Nothing. So, what's on the agenda?
Toppling the sanctum?
No, I mean really.
He's serious. We're gonna take down the sanctum and give Cocoon back to the people. The Fal'Cie have called the shots for long enough.
If we pull this off, it'll be a miracle.
Well, good thing Lady Luck's on our side.
More of them?
You know, this is getting really old.
Check this out. A miracle. Grand Pulse style. Vanille, go fish. Got it.
Nice.
That's a good girl.
Somebody's been watching them. I wonder why. Wonder who's been watching them.
Believe in Lady Luck now?
Yeah. Lady Bad Luck. Ah.
Time to purge a Primarch.
You got it. Yeah!
Ah, the Primarch.
But I also believe that if we stuck together, somehow we could change our fate. Daisley's through there.
We're still gonna have our talk. But let's survive this first, yeah?
Right.
So who's gonna be our every battle team? Oh yeah. To open the main menu and then select pentagrams. Within the pentagrams menu, select battle team, and you'll be able to choose the battle team's leader and members. Changing the members of your battle team will reset the party's pentagram deck. Select customize, check your current pentagrams, and alter it as desired. Alright, so now, of course, we gotta go through pentagrams. We gotta go through and figure out okay, so Synergist is full. Um, and then Medic will be our next one. Sentinel. Sentinel is absolutely got one to go. Somewhere. Quake. Which now gives us the opportunity to pick who we want to pick and pick who wants to be our main leader. And what we've got. I'll go to Overwhelm. I'm gonna get Spark Strike. Alright. Synergist will come later. I'm just fully done. I wanted to actually check. That one there is done. Okay. So now we're going to go to Saboteur. Learn us to spell. Medic, I wanna... If we're gonna have that available to us, Rise is gonna be the only other one. But I wanna... We'll go now finish up. That there. So now, basically, battle team. Um, can be anybody who we want to have at the start of this. Now, um, I don't want to have a third. I don't want to have a medic. I don't want to have a medic, and a medic on our team. We need to have kind of. I want to keep. I want to do have a saboteur on our team. Um, I think what we do is we go. Why can't we change our leader at this time? Okay, so the leader has to stay. Um. Okay, so we can't change our leader at this time, but I think we can go with this party composition. Um, and then we go with Ravager, and then we will have it like set up like we have two different relentless assaults. But I'm gonna try disaster. No, I actually want to put you medic. Put you commando medic. Tireless charge. And then we'll go sentinel, saboteur, and commander, which is dirty lightning. Before, because I do want to have a somebody with saboteur abilities. That's gonna be ruthless for that. And then I'll set relentless assault as our primary. And then I want to put the try disaster up above. Combat clinic. I don't want to do combat clinic. Because I really want to do is Mystic Tower. I will set that there for that. Team has been changed. For it. So that's actually, so we're starting to get into the weeds of things where our party composition is now starting to choose where we can. And this is the longest series that did not give you the opportunity to change your character until now. And this is where it starts getting into the weeds of a lot of the game setup. And this is absolutely a ideal run to pick and play through a Final Fantasy series that really took a while before we did anything. And I will tell you, we are do we know what chapter we're on? Because we're chapter 9. The Sanctum Skyfleet. I'm the Split, lucky to be a lady. People. Saz Ketroy's got an update. The 13 days. Question. A warning. Then we need to go to Prime Battles. Neutralizing and status effects. Okay. Easy. Then we got some new shoulder stuff. Psychom Raiders. Targeting Beacon is not fully there. Maybe if we see them again. Maybe we will see that. Annihilators. A crystal housing the souls of Shiva's sisters Driss and Nyx. Survival knife. Okay. Components. Fine. Blessed Talisman. Gain cast space at the start of battle. Soul Front Talisman. Cast shell at the start of battle. Actually, casting shell at the start of battle might actually be something decent and worth it. But here's what I'm going to do, guys. I can be on for as long as I want today, because remember, Wednesday's a day where I didn't realize it was Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday. Where Wednesday, Monday. That's why Wednesday I have it set for playing Final Fantasy, is because this is a long title, a long long set of games. This is why when we play Final Fantasy, it's why it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, is so that Final Fantasy can be played at a longer point and a longer time on Wednesday. And then Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday is going to be Euro Truck for it. So I will be on for at least a little bit longer, but I do need to get something to eat. For it, but we'll see how far we can go with some things. Um, but okay, so we don't have the Psycom Destroyer. Techniques, Libra, Psycom Destroyer.
Time for another approach. It'll be okay. Thanks.
Nicely done. Absolutely am in love with this. At 6 o'clock, guys, I will probably get some food. Maybe, actually, no, I'll do this. Hold on. You know what? I think what I might do is looking to getting to the next save point is probably going to be the best thing for me. Now, of course, this is one thing that, you know, that...
We can win.
Okay, so we don't have the Psycom Braver, so we need to Libra Psycom Braver.
Keep a cool head.
If we end up failing, I'm just gonna probably get off though, because, you know, I usually like to try to keep it roughly about 2 hours, roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours for afternoons anyways, but I might, I'll just stick on.
New strategy.
And I'm gonna stick on at least till 6, and then I'm gonna get off, to get food and do some other things, and then I'll probably get back on about 9 o'clock tonight. Because like I will tell you guys, like, Final Fantasy, hold on.
On your toes. Out of my way.
Braver.
New
Whoops. Medic, thank you.
Thank you.
We gotta win this.
Alright. Maybe not. Do... We only got 15 minutes left. I might just end it now, to be honest. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna let whatever battle we did, or whatever we finish. But I do want to make sure that I am able to go to the bathroom and get that done before my mom decides to go start a class. Libra scope is decent. Oh, nice. What's up here? Pain dampener. Anyway. So that's Libra scope is actually decent enough. Enough. There is a thing up there that we need to grab, but I think it's going to be that easy for me to just end it now, guys, and we're going to end it for today because I don't want to push you guys. I don't want to push myself into completing this game. I still want to keep you guys, for those of you watching it, like they treat this like a video afterwards. So I usually, I'm gonna change the title of this, for afterwards because, to be honest, when I started this, it does not fit well. Well, it is part 2, but I will add more to it. On a lot of things. I'll basically part 2, meeting with the whole party. To the whole party, basically. But right now it's just called part 2, so and most sometimes I like to use part 1 or part 2 because, you know, I'm not quite for sure what's coming up and what's going on because I haven't really played this enough to enjoy it. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Guys, typically every day I am pretty much live Monday through Friday, in the afternoons, anywhere from 3 to 6. Wednesdays, possibly longer. Depends on how I feel and what I want to do. I could easily continue going if you guys want me to, on a Wednesday, but I always like to go 2 hours at max. Anyway, but if I wanted to and I feel like I need to finish something or I need to have a little bit more time to go on, I can do that for times like this. But and then Saturday possible live. It is a 90% chance that there will not be a live on. A 99% chance that there will not be a live on Saturday. So don't think that I'm going to be live on Saturday in the afternoons, and then Sunday same time again. But then at night, um, but then my night streams are specifically only dedicated to Trovo, no YouTube. Um, Even though YouTube's there in the just in there, it's just all of my socials are put on that screen for you guys to really go in and see it um, on that point. Um, and that's pretty much basically what we do here. And then um, throughout the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you name it, we're always live at night. Night streams are always anywhere between 9 and 11, 9 and 10. Sometimes I get on 11 because I'm doing some other things. But from 11 o'clock, basically we go until whenever I feel like it. Last night we did it till 4 o'clock. Sometimes it's 2. Most of the time I like to keep it 2 o'clock because 2 a.m. because I need to get things done. But last night was till 4 a.m., which was there. Um, and that. But guys, I am needing to get off as well because I did say I would create a review for Final Fantasy Dissidia. So if you haven't seen that yet, I will have it at some point. So, and then tonight on Wednesday nights, sometimes I will be on earlier than typical time at 9. Depends on how I feel. Most of the time, I try to stick to that 9 p.m. 9 p.m. till pretty much basically 2. But you guys can hit that bell notification on YouTube so that you guys can get notified when I do go live in the afternoons. And make sure that you hit that all, because if you don't, you're not going to probably get notified that way. And you're not going to get notified if you don't subscribe either. And if you're on YouTube, on Trovo, make sure you guys hit that follow button. Sometimes I will push out that notification. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I forget to push it out and for it. But anyway, we will catch you guys later. And sometimes I forget to push the start the bot for Trovo too, because the bot, I have to, for whatever reason, Trovo wants me to log back in every time I live stream, and I don't get it why.